This week on What's Good Cape Cod, we're at the Captain David Kelley House. And that's all I'm going to tell you for now. I'm Sarah Lapsey-Martin.
And I'm Katie Clancy. And welcome to What's Good Cape Cod, where every week we show you Cape Cod through the eyes of a couple of locals.
Each week we feature a person, place, and thing we think you should know about.
And this week, like Sarah said, it's the Captain David Kelley House. And that's all we're going to tell you for now.
Yeah, so exciting.
When the storm is due. Are you ready? Here we go. How about you? Thank you, Felicia. Are you okay? I'm mad about.
All right, so we are here at the Captain David Kelley House.
Yay! Rick and Tom.
We are here with Rick and Tom, and we have had so much fun already. But we have lots and lots of questions for you guys. So let's get started.
All right.
Right?
Right.
Yes.
All right, Sarah.
So, now you guys are not originally from the Cape.
No.
Where did you start out?
I was born in Marlborough, Massachusetts.
And I was from a little rural town in upstate New York called Lowville, dairy country.
I think I would love to know how you two met.
Okay.
You want to take that one?
Sure. I was going to art school in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I vacationed on the Cape in Provincetown. And Tom was living in Boston. He was on vacation. Our paths crossed, and he asked me to dance. And this was in 1986, 35 years ago, Memorial Day weekend. And the fact that I said yes changed my life. We've been together 35 years.
I like
Look at
Yeah.
that love story.
Oh, I love it. So you met and then you opened an inn. What happened?
I know, right?
Bang.
What happened in between? How did the inn come about?
Okay. We were both working our professional jobs for 20-something years, and we both dreamed of owning a B&B for probably 20 of those years before we actually acted on it. It seemed like a retirement thing to us, and then the more we thought about it, it seemed more like we need to have energy to do that. It's not something for our old age, it's something for like while we have the energy to do it
And we were ready to move on.
and ready to move on.
We were
Yeah.
both stuck in like cubicles or rooms with no windows, and we needed a change.
We both had that creative like spirit that we needed to express.
Yeah.
And so we started looking for real estate for 3 years, and it wasn't until we saw a picture of this house that it spoke to us both. The house was in disrepair, it needed a lot of help, but we could see the potential in it. We had no idea where Centerville was at all, and we took a drive down from Walpole and found it one day, and we fell in love with it.
And 5 months later, we sealed the deal.
It was a 5-month negotiation
It was for sale by owner.
and it was a difficult transaction, but we stuck with it, and we felt like we were supposed to be here.
So scones aren't your only gig. This is you're not scones 24/7.
No.
Because we follow you on social, and you guys are kind of buff. Tell us a little
How do
bit
you
about
get
that. Yeah.
Well, fitness kind of became part of our lifestyle once we bought the inn. We were not fitness freaks before that.
I was.
Okay, maybe Tom. Sorry. It became a thing because we had a little bit more of the time now. We weren't spending an hour and a half commuting each way. We weren't in a job that we didn't like anymore, and we have a gym right down the street. So we both started getting into working out, and
Centerville Fitness.
at Centerville Fitness, right. And then I took a Zumba class. I had no idea what I was doing, and I did not ever want to do it again because I felt embarrassed. And the instructor, who was a very good friend, gave me a 10-class card to come back, and I did. And she kept pushing me closer to the front of the room every time I would come to class, until finally she announced to the class that I was going to lead this number.
Oh my goodness.
And short of having a heart attack, I led the number for 20 people, and I kind of fell in love with it. And so once I left my professional job, I thought maybe I should try being a Zumba instructor. And so for 7 years now, I've been teaching Zumba in different health clubs and outdoor classes, and I'll be teaching in Hyannis starting July 6th for the summer on Tuesdays.
So that's great. So we've got like a good idea of who you guys are a little bit. I'm sure there's a lot more to know, but we want to move on to this place. You told us a little bit about it. It was a 5-month negotiation. It needed work, but what is the Captain David Kelley House?
It's an 1835 Greek Revival house built by Captain David Kelley. He raised his family here. He, his wife, and all but 2 of the children are buried here at the Congregational Church. And the previous owners did the paperwork and the process to get us on the what am I saying?
The National Register
National
of
Register
Historic
of
Places.
Historic
Yeah.
Places. And so it's 6 rental units, all with private bath and all the amenities that people expect, plus breakfast. And within walking distance of the Historic Museum, the Country Store, Craigville Beach, Four Seas Ice Cream, 3 miles from the ferries to the islands. It's a great location.
Yeah.
Playground across the street.
Right.
Playground, yeah, I have trouble keeping Rick out of the playground. You gotta work.
I like the swing set.
Yeah.
But also it has a history as a lodging house since the 1930s. It became Robin's Nest in the 1930s as a lodging house, not a bed and breakfast, but 1 bathroom for everyone to share, no meals included, and through time it was under different names like the Terrace Gardens and Adams Terrace Gardens, and when we bought it, it had already been changed to the Captain David Kelley House, but it had been kind of left neglected. So we spent a lot of time upgrading amenities.
It's such a beautiful property here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Scone Wars. Like when Sarah had this idea to come here, she's like, "Oh my gosh, I've been to this place. It's so great." And they come out and there's a war, and I'm like, "What?"
And no one, it's a true hidden gem. And once you're here, you can't wait to bring other people back and just tell everyone you know about it.
Yeah, without a doubt. So how did the scones start? How did the Scone Wars happen? Tell us a little history
Would you
there.
like to tell them how the scone started before the inn?
I bought a little cookbook, all of scone recipes, and I was making blueberry scones, and everybody loved them. Then my siblings and everyone was coming for Thanksgiving one year, and this is when we were in Walpole. And I couldn't find fresh blueberries, so I bought frozen blueberries, put them in a colander overnight, drained out the liquid, made the scones. At that point, we baked on a Pampered Chef stone, and the thing became like a big blueberry pancake because it was still too much liquid in the frozen berries. And I swore I would never bake again. So he starts baking, and everyone's going, "What wonderful blueberry scones!" And I'm going, "But I bought the book. I should be getting the credit." So that was long before we owned the B&B.
Yeah.
So then he started making scones again, and we both had our favorite traditional shape. Mine is triangular, his is round and pointless.
Dull, bland, and dry. Dull, bland, and dry.
So we stuck with the triangular shape and the round shape. and-
Totally separate recipes.
Yeah.
Totally separate.
So there we were. We made scones, but we didn't think of it as a thing for the B&B. It was just once in a while they'd get a scone. Once in a while they'd have a bread or a muffin. People started really complimenting my scones, and so we thought maybe we should have a competition of the scone. And it was simply about presenting the better scone and asking the guests for their opinion.
And sometimes I'd say, I know you're worried about voting and hurting someone's feelings, so I want you to know that I've already filled out the ballots. And I wrote Rick's name on every ballot, and I waited at least 20 minutes, and I crossed out his name and wrote my name. And they felt so relieved.
Just gonna let you tell your story.
Yeah.
Oh man, so that's how did you go from just serving scones to a flamingo on your head?
Right? Can I?
Yes, you may.
I have to give Tom all of the credit for the outrageous deliveries of the scones because I was not comfortable doing that in front of guests. I was not comfortable getting into a costume to deliver a scone. One Sunday, Tom didn't even tell me. He put a crown on, a tablecloth, a red tablecloth, played a very loud classical piece of music, and came out and had everybody's attention at this loud music and presented his scones like the gift of the Magi.
Gloria in excelsis Deo was the song.
So I'm in the background in horror. I'm thinking, these guests are here tomorrow. They're going to want me to do something. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I was nauseous about it. And so I went to the joke shop and started looking at like costumes, and I got a children's Lone Ranger outfit. And I wore it to the theme of the Lone Ranger and came galloping out as the Scone Ranger,
Oh God!
which they loved, right?
And I was Tom Toe.
Yes, I got him a little headdress with one feather. So then we started thinking, okay, you're going to be a supporting actor for me. I'm going to be a supporting actor for you. So the next day he had to come up with one because the guests were still here.
They were staying like 4 nights.
wow.
Right.
And suddenly we built this thing that they were expecting a new character. So I went in the closet, I put on these high black rubber boots, a pith helmet, a canteen, a leather jacket, a Bible, a British flag, a stethoscope,
And he
said,
became the Scone Ring. I mean, he became Dr. Livingstone.
Dr. Livingstone for the deepest, darkest, deepest heart of Africa with an ancient cannibal scone recipe.
So it was kind of like, okay, now it's up to you for tomorrow. And so it just was like a momentum. And most of it was with stuff we had. And we didn't have costumes. So we just
Right.
kind of
Well,
made
fast
things.
forward to
Oh,
today,
yeah.
you have
Yeah.
so many costumes.
Yeah.
So,
What are your favorite costumes that you guys have?
I have to say, I get a lot of joy out of coming out as a 1960s stewardess named Sandy Scones, and Tom is the pilot.
the drunk pilot.
Yeah, he's my supporting actor as
Scone
the drunk
Air.
pilot. And it's an economy airline, and I have outrageously priced snacks in the box for everybody, which are my scones.
Clothesline is the seatbelts.
Yeah.
You know, it's all economy. But he also does Brittany Scones.
Brittany
yeah.
Scones is a lot of fun. Because,
Oops, I did it again.
Yeah,
He
I
burned
baked
the
the best
scones.
scone.
Oscone.
Oscone Powers we did yesterday,
Yep.
and so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Frank Sinatra is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I think
You
that's
do
what-
Elton Scone sometimes.
Elton Scone at the piano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what's so fun is people can come back again and always see something different.
Right.
We each have about 15 Persconas.
Yeah, our alter egos we call
Personas.
personas.
Of course you do.
And there's
I'm a
Pelvis
French.
Sconley.
Oh, Elvis.
Pelvis
Sconley.
Yeah, he's a distant cousin of Elvis.
And I'm a famous French baker who has been run out of Paris because I bake scones instead of croissants. And
Very flamboyant.
Jean-Claude Pierre Extraordinaire.
Oh my gosh.
To name a few.
Right.
All right. So what else, Sarah?
So this has been so fun. Is there anything else you would love us to know about Captain David Kelley House or the Scone Wars?
During COVID, we did bake and mail out 40 dozen scones. So people can order scones. It all depends upon how crazy it is. This summer is going to be our best summer ever. I think the month of August we have 5 nights here and
nights
there
available.
available.
That's it.
We've never been so busy.
We're so happy for you. That's
Wow.
Oh, thank you.
That
This
is-
last year was horrible.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
so glad you made it.
Yeah.
Really, so
Thank you.
glad you
Us
made it.
Too,
Thank you.
yeah. It was a dark time for so many people.
Yeah.
So especially during the off season, we're more available and have the time to bake and fill orders for people if they want.
Well, I think that's important for people to know that this is a year-round gig,
Yes.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
so, like the locals can really enjoy you in the off season.
Yes, we are open all year long, and in the wintertime we serve breakfast indoors. We convert our space into a restaurant each morning and back into a living room lounge in the afternoon.
Yeah.
They can eat in front of the fire, they can eat in front of the Christmas tree, and you know, except for 2 breaks a year that we take, we're open.
Well
We're
deserved
welcoming
breaks.
Well
guests.
deserved.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're glad you do that. So, if someone wants to come and enjoy the experience, come stay at the inn, where can they find you?
They can find us at cdkhouse.com, which is our website. They can look at us on TripAdvisor, which we're right now number 3 out of 214 B&Bs on Cape Cod.
Yay.
Yeah. They can find us. Now I'm
Or they
stuttering.
can call us.
Yeah.
So, if they're
Yeah.
just cruising by, can they just walk in and sit down for scones?
No.
How does that work?
They can. If people that aren't staying here want to experience the breakfast, they can call us and book a private party.
Yeah, they need to have a
Perfect.
Yeah.
reservation.
And
Got
we
it.
love to
Yeah.
we love to fill our tables, so it's
Yeah.
all based on availability. And if we have the availability, we welcome the locals to come and enjoy the experience. And then we want them to send their family to stay with us.
They will not be
when they come to visit.
disappointed.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yes, absolutely. Well, we are so grateful to have had this experience here. Thank you so much for
Thank you,
serving us.
Katie.
Thanks, Sarah, for the idea.
Yes.
Thank you. Kate.
And we'll see you again soon.
Good.
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 Sounds
We look
Bring all
forward
our
to it.
friends.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
She got on the bus.
I don't know where she's going.
Me was a bella. Am I wrong?
Anyways, unless I forget, I am Rico. She's Carmen. Enjoy your scones. Yes. That's right. That's
So that was amazing.
That was so much fun. Rick and Tom are the best.
Oh my gosh. Did you decide which scone was your favorite? Can we say it on camera?
I don't know.
Just go ahead. You tell which one did you like better.
Tom's was my favorite.
I liked Rick's. Okay,
Perfect.
good.
Okay.
Phew.
Tie.
All right, we're
It's a
gonna be
tie.
okay. So now you know what's good Cape Cod. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and also the bell to be notified next time we drop an episode.
And if you're looking for more information about anything we talked about, you can go to our website, what'sgoodcc.com, and we'll have links to everything we talked about.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye, guys.